everybody else after this. Ain't nobody coming after me and call themselves big shit, big nothing.
Yeah, man. Today we talking about none other than the legend. I don't want to say just down south legend, but the legend in general, underground legend. The last Mr. Biggs, aka Diamond Eye. Oh man, Donald Maurice Pierce, man. Especially if you were from Alabama, Mississippi, especially. I mean, really, man. Well, not just the South, man. Do have fans all over the country. Shout out to J. Cole, man. J. Cole know about that boy Diamond Eye, man. Lad Mr. Biggs, man. We're gonna get into his story, man, and just kind of just give a brief rundown of his life. And it ain't really in no particular order, just kind of how it come to me, I guess. But yeah, man. Stay tuned. So, we gotta take it back to where it all started at, man. The lad Mr. Biggs, he was out there in the Bay Area for a little bit, then moved back to Alabama as a teenager. And, he, he grew up in the streets or whatnot. And, dude made a reputation for himself on that 251. Used to be a DJ or whatnot, man. And, you know, this guy's just really just a cult classic type of artist, man. This is a dude who really made a whole lot of noise as an artist, man. A guy who had a huge following. I mean, the dude had interest from major label execs, but he was one of those guys who was not about to, you were not going to do him any kind of way, especially in terms of a contract. He was not one of them dudes that was desperate for really anything, especially talking about somebody that's getting street money when, you getting the same, if not more money, probably more money than the cats on the major labels before you ever sign a deal. Like, you don't have to take garbage deals that the average person will come with, man. And let me tell you, just over the years, man, I've learned that these labels don't really care about, like, well, they are so cutthroat. When you think about the last Mr. Big, that song 3-6 Mafia, ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar. That was his record that he shot to them. And he had, I ain't gonna say sole ownership, but he owned the majority of the record, if my memory serves me correctly. And in the video, I remember being so hyped and amped about dude. Like, man, he got, that's a raw song, a top record. Now a record that sold like 3 million ringtones back when ringtones were a thing. That was a big move, but I always remember in the video, they really didn't show him. They did everything in their power to not really put him in the video. You got to see just a little snippet. I'm talking about a millisecond almost of him. And, around that time, man, we talking about a guy who was fresh dressed. I mean, this dude, era to era. If I showed you some of the outfits that he had, bro, some people, they might say it's corny. At that time, it was the livest thing going. I mean, this dude, I can remember, this was during the era where people were wearing like Shrek shirts, big old airbrush shirts. Back in the era where people had cars with Lucky Charms on them and stuff like that, man. But I can remember him back in the Jeep, man. He had a Tricks with the Rabietta tricks, like airbrush outfit with that forces to match, the diamond eye and all that, man. But dude, that might not sound fly in 2024, but back in probably '05 when he did it, oh yeah, man, it was off the chimney. But man, you talking about a guy that was always fly, man, player made. Um, guy that was, with the whole the P movement before it was a thing. Wasn't calling it that, but yeah, man, guy that would get it out the mud. But it's just so many interesting facts and factoids about that boy, man, the lad, Mr. Big Diamond Eye. So, like I said, I ain't gonna go in no particular order for real, but I just think about how did he get the nickname Diamond Eye? Well, I want y'all to check out this song called I'm From Alabama. I could post all that or put all that in the video, but because of copyrights, I'm not going to do that. But which this song might not be copyrighted, but I don't even feel like messing around with that. But he had this record, I'm from Alabama. Ain't no horses for a camel. But in the record, he said, I got 5 G's for y'all to tell me where the little boy stay. And he gonna ask him to come outside and come play. But you see, the last Mr. Bees, they always say, the rule number one in the streets. You get in the car, don't be in the car with some people you don't know and let somebody get in the car and be sitting behind you. Because they can sit behind you, be riding down the road, probably can shoot the gun in the car when nobody even know it. But long story short, man, somebody from behind shot him in a car and knocked his eye out. And I can remember when it happened, bro. Like, let me I'm gonna put the picture of, I think this was the night before he got shot. Matter of fact, this was the night he got shot. And as you can see, man, this was the night, man. Like I told you, this dude was swagged out, man. Don't let the nails fool you, boy. You dig what I'm saying? He had the nails long. I don't know. I know cats. He got a couple cats now today's time with the nails getting painted. He might have some clear coat or something on his, but other than that, man, this dude, that was a P thing, just you don't do hard labor, man. Everything is broad labor. You did, you tilling, you talking, you did what I'm saying, you don't touch nothing. Yeah. But check him out though, man. When we think about this night, he said himself this was the night that he did get, he got his eye knocked out, shot out or whatever, man. But somebody was in the back seat and, did what they did to him. And, I'm trying to think it out at the same time. See, it was a rumor going around saying he was dead at one point in time. Back in the day, man. I do remember that. But, yeah, dog, man, the lad Mr. Big, though, bro. Him getting shot, man, that really, his fan base, especially ones that, Alabama and whatnot, and Pensacola and Florida and Mississippi and wherever else, his fans, I know we was hurt because it was a little rumor that he was dead a couple times. Shout out to the Dirty Boys that this song, Rearview Mirror, and in that song, Pimp said he cried when he thought his partner, Mr. Biggs, had died. Because so it really was going down. But what it was like a club somewhere. Somebody died at a club, and the club might have been named Mr. Big or the Big Club or something like that, and that translated or transpired into being the lad Mr. Biggs being dead, which was not the truth, at that time. But yeah, so the whole Diamond Eye thing came about with him, that came about after he got shot and, recovered and all that. His sister said she felt like he probably would come back with an eye patch, R.I.P. Docu, but he would come back with an eye patch or something, with crushed diamonds on the eye patch. But never in a million years would she think he would do what he did. What did he do? He came in there with a diamond in a glass eye, and and that's why they call him Diamond Eye, man. And that was like you talking about like when I'm here, man, they say Mr. Big got shot in the head and knocked his eye out, man. I could have cried right then and there. I'm a little young kid at that time, so around ninth grade or something like that. So I'm tripping bad, and I'm like, no, man, how could they do that? How could that happen? And I'm, mentally, I'm feeling like, it's hard to bounce back from that, man. You talking about being fly, being a player, being an artist, and something like that happened to you, especially, man. I wasn't used to artists getting popped up like that, and next thing I know, I found out the lad Mr. B and put a dang on diamond in his eye. And I couldn't even fathom how he could do that. But it was like when he did it, man, that made the whole shooting all that was like nothing. It was finito, bro. It was dang, the man, and it just took charge, like just jumped off his career or whatever for me, like even further. Like it was a negative turn into a positive. But yeah, man. I can go on and on about the guy, man. I'm definitely gonna have to do multiple parts to this or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm just thinking about, man, the dude really could rap, bro, and he was one of them artists, man, that you could feel what he was saying, and he talked about storytelling. Let's think about Trial Time. Trial Time is one of the hardest street records as far as talking about trapping and slanging or whatever. Like that's one of the all time. I mean, not just in my opinion. Like it won an award on. I forgot. Let me see. This record, Trial Time was number 23 out of 25. For Complex News or Complex Music about songs about trapping, and slanging or whatever. So hey man, you think about it, even though 23 out of 25, for him to be an underground artist to make a song that's in the top 25 of a category or on a national outlet, man, that shows kind of what my guy was about. But man, this video is going I can go on and on about this guy, but let's just think about some cool facts, man. I remember in like this might be '08 or something like that. At that point in time, Mr. Big said he had did 970 shows, and I can't remember. I don't know if he said 10 years, but like 970 shows over like 10 years without no major deal. Without him ever having a major deal, he still did 970 shows. And that was then, man, died like 2012 or something like that. But, that's significant, man. You get out there getting that show money like that, bro. That, that's major, when you can, and man, this guy was getting booked all over the country, man, not just in the South. This dude was going to Detroit sometimes. He was getting booked in Detroit and Indiana and Cincinnati. He was getting booked in the Midwest, in the South, I can't vouch for, how far west he was going and all that, but I do know for a fact he was getting booked outside of the South in some cities, and dude had a live show, man. He had classics. He had classics and he was a star. He swagged out, man. That man 6'6". I'm 6'6". I used to have dreams of playing for the Lakers. Too many bullet wounds that made me a cookie baker. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you talking about 251 classic, 251 legend, and that's the craziest thing about the lad, Mr. Big, man. Um, and one of the craziest things about Mr. Big that still shocked me to this day is the amount of white people that was riding with him. And I ain't just talking about white people that listen, like white people that song that's really in black culture that's almost ghetto, I ain't talking about them kind. I'm talking about, I'm from Alabama, so it was white people that were redneck, country, tobacco chewing, tractor driving, John Deere cap wearing, yeah, man, duck hunting type white folks, jamming, Lad Mr. Big. I wanted to put some of the videos, man, but you go to Twitter, TikTok, man, type the Lad Mr. Biggs, and you're gonna see all kind of people from all backgrounds jamming out to his music, bro. But and you know, I remember my wife was at a karaoke night in Huntsville, Alabama, and she got on the stage and she did Lad Mr. Big Trial Time, and white people went berserk in there, man. That turned the whole night up, you know. I lived in Mississippi for a year. I had a coworker, a real redneck coworker who was slick racist, you know. But one day we was talking about music, and next thing you know, he started talking about, yeah, just like the Lad Mr. Big. I said, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what did you just say? He was like, yeah, man, I used to go to school driving my Miata, and how that Mr. Biggs playing, I got long hair and a pocket full of stones. Because he was I guess sort of an outlaw type, and he had long hair. So man, that was a crazy thing about Mr. Biggs, man. He was a guy that really, touched a lot of folks, man. That was the type of power that he had, the type of draw that he had on his record, dog. He was one of them crossover artist on a street level, underground crossover kind of artist, man. Yeah, brother. I could go on and on. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a few videos because there's a lot of cool things about the man's life that I've picked up over the years, man. And I don't want to just drag it out too long. I don't feel like people are listening all the way through, but man, RP to that boy Diamond, man, the Lad Mr. B, on them all these peers, man. We love him, bro. Real fans. Got a couple of tips for y'all to check out, man. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Third Coast representative, Mr. Real, check him out. Check.
You say you gon' leave me, I ain't gon' miss you. Ugly ass bitch, you look like Anton Fisher. Beat my purple and roll it up in the swisher. I got 100 pills in my head, hard as zipper. I went to the lot, bought a drop, no sticker. Your girl love me, cause my dick way bigger. They call me the baby, you can call me the mister. Don't marry her, cause I done already hit her. And if you think I'm lying, you can ask the babysitter. And if you think I'm lying for real, ask the babysitter. 2003, I did a song with Lil Flipper. I drank my drink, nigga, I'm not a sipper. I'm a real gangster, and I'm a real pimp. I don't tip hoes, but I count whole tips. Bitch! You gotta walk your dog somewhere. Nobody else after me. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I said the last. You dig what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna be nobody else after this. Ain't nobody else coming after me and call itself big shit, big nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because it done already done. You see what I'm saying? So anything else is irrelevant. And make sure you get them nails now. Make sure you get them now. Make sure you get them. Get them, make sure you get them. Any of you hoes out there that do nails, yeah, look on the back of them. Make sure you get the back of them. Bitch, ain't nothing pressed on. These mines. That means I don't touch nothing. I damn near need a bitch to wipe my ass. Church, turn that shit off me, man. Turn it off. You dig what I'm saying? And I done did 970 shows now. In 10 years with no deal. 970. You dig what I'm saying? And I done did 970 shows now. In 10 years with no deal. 970.